Aquarius, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. This is a blah, 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 blah. This is a reading for Aquarius, placement, sun, moon, or rising. It is a general reading, so it will not resonate with all of you. Let's see what we have. We're using the Mythic Tarot as our base deck. We'll be pulling clarifying cards from the Seer Tarot, and we will close with an oracle card from the Love and Magic Oracle deck. This is a new deck I picked up this week from Etsy. It's by Adrian Vita, and if you're liking it, you too can get a copy on Etsy. Did some pre-reading meditation. The number 17 kept coming up. Not sure what that means, if it's anything relevant for you, but in tarot, 17 is the star card, and that is indicative of energies of renewal, hope and faith, being in the spotlight sometimes, miracles occurring, inner clarity, and for me personally as a reader, it always feels like a very healing energy. So that may be relevant for all of us this week. For you, Aquarius, we have Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the World. So how am I reading these cards for you this week? It sort of feels like you're wanting something more from love, but you're feeling like you don't have the resources, you don't have the access that you need in order to achieve what you desire. And given the present situation, this could be someone who had started to get to know somebody prior to all of these stay-at-home orders coming into effect. And you've been exchanging messages and you'd really like to be together. You'd like to get to know each other on a physical level, and it's not happening. Or you'd like to take them on a date, or you'd like to cook them a meal, this person that you're interested in, and you can't do any of the things you want to do, and it's frustrating you right now. You don't feel like you have a way to access the tools you need in order to show how much you're into this person. But it feels like this is going to change. It feels like you are going to achieve your goal, or you're going to learn the lesson that needs to be learned so that you can move to the next level in some way. There could be some travel involved. I know this is still kind of a dicey proposition at this point in time, most places in the world, but it feels like there is a sense of completion. You had this goal to know this person, to see this person, to cook for this person. That keeps coming up in my mind. I don't know why. And you want to get there, and you will. And I don't know what is changing this week, but something changes. Something changes, and it makes you feel like you've gotten to that next level with this person that you've been hoping for. It's sort of a nice energy. Let's see what we have. Any further guidance from Spirit, any clarifying language here for you. Seven of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you definitely want to travel to this person. Maybe something has changed. Maybe you have both gone through, a 14-day period since you were last exposed to anybody else on the outside world. And now you feel like it's safe for the two of you to see each other because you feel fairly confident that you are symptom-free, that you're free of any virus that you might pass to this other person. I don't know. There are still so many questions around this, so I'm not giving you medical advice in any way here, but it feels like you found some solution. There does seem to be a strong aspect of travel, and I don't know why, because, like I said, most people can't travel right now, but there seems to be this waiting to travel, possibly making a plan to travel. Maybe you're just talking about what will happen once you get the go-ahead, or maybe you live in a place where you're allowed to get out and do more now, in this week coming up than you have in the past. I know some places are loosening restrictions on movement. Still always a good idea to to listen to doctors and take good health advice, about how we start integrating ourselves back into the world. But there, Two of Wands here is this travel energy, or waiting to travel, making a choice to travel. And the world also has an aspect of travel in it. Seven of Wands reversed. Interesting. So this is you not protecting yourself as much. You're not defending yourself as much. Or you're finding it challenging to protect yourself. It could be that you just really are drawn to go to this person. And there's a conflict in you because you're worried a little bit about protecting yourself, either physically or emotionally. But you feel like, this is where you need to go, and that there's a really strong pull in this direction. And with that Queen of Cups coming in, that's such a nurturing, healing, supporting energy. Something about this person seems to be quite good for you. So if it's not about going to see a person that you've met, how else would I interpret these cards? There's a sense that you want to go deeper in yourself, in self-love, in knowing what supports you, what makes you happy, what is feeding your soul and providing you a content, safe space of love, even if there's no other person involved, just feeling sort of a universal love. And you are worried a little bit about letting anyone else into your world right now, either physically or emotionally, because you're trying to use this time to really understand what you need and to block out the noise of what everybody else wants or needs, the demands that the world puts on you, puts on all of us, all the different people in your life that need things from you, from family to friends to coworkers to bosses. You've got a little space here, a little cushion in which to just listen to you and what do you need, and is it really fulfilling to help other people, because sometimes that can be the case, or are you just doing it because their demand is louder than your own inner voice of demand for what you need? And this time you start to feel like you're making some progress in understanding yourself, understanding what you really need. And there's such a nice nurturing self-love energy around you as you're moving into that space of understanding. It's beautiful. So, two different interpretations there for you. Kind of go with whichever one resonates most for you, depending on your circumstances, of course. Let's take an oracle card. Pardon me, I think I just burped in your ear, and I apologize for that. I had a craving, so I ordered some Japanese food to be delivered. This is one of the things I love most in the world, Japanese food, and I'm not really very good at making it myself, so every once in a while on the weekend I'll order in and then totally indulge. Someone else got this oracle card. I've forgotten who now. What has happened is old news. Nothing is stagnant and everything moves forward. Revel in the knowing that you are always creating new news. So what I sense from that card is Spirit saying, maybe a little too much of your energy has been focused on what has happened in the past. And life, by its very nature, happens moment to moment to moment. And we're always in this present moment. And our minds can wander to the future. Our minds can definitely wander to the past. But we can't do anything in the past. We can only do things in the present. We can't even do anything in the future at this moment in time. We're not capable of that. We're capable of making choices right here and right now, of making new news. So if you don't like what happened in the past, or you do like what happened in the past, is irrelevant. what is happening right now? And how does that address some of the issues that we were seeing here for our two different possible interpretations? It's, I think, essentially saying don't spend any more energy on, well, what could this relationship have been if we hadn't instantly had all of this lockdown because of the virus? That's an irrelevant question. You're in the relationship as it is at this present moment, and you have a desire, and the other person has a desire, and you hope to see a future, but all you have is today. How are you today? Is it fulfilling today? That's the focus. And in the other interpretation, you could spend a lot of time cycling over and over again about how you haven't taken good care of yourself and you've let too many people take advantage of you, but that isn't where you want to be right now. What you want is to see how you feel today. Because berating yourself about how you didn't stand up for yourself in the past does nothing to help you. It doesn't. It informs you about what you don't want to do anymore, but in this moment, your focus needs to be on how do I love myself? Not how did I treat myself yesterday, just how am I going to treat myself today? How am I going to support and nurture myself in this moment? So, I hope that's helpful for you, Aquarius, and I hope that you're well. I hope you're having a great week. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All your likes, shares, and subscribes, they help the channel grow. They help more people see the readings, folks that might find them useful for themselves, and I really appreciate you helping with that. So thanks again for letting me read for you, and have a great week. Blessings.